Strangely,
Da pronto.
Ronald was the beneficiary listed on both policies. Ronald had also taken out a 5,000 Canadian dollar insurance policy on his cottage that would mysteriously burn down and named Jack as his beneficiary.
Craft for taste. Clearly, Talenti.
It should be noted that Ronald had failed careers in both construction and insurance. Additionally, the inquest revealed that Jack had given his war gratuity, a payment to Canadian servicemen when discharged, to Ronald, and that Jack had removed all of his family from his will for reasons unknown. That's interesting. So they both file these insurance claims and list each other as the beneficiaries for a situation that seems very outlandish that just somehow happens shortly after they file these policies.
Could just be bros, you know?
It says you're only level 1.
Just so happened to get incredibly lucky, I suppose.
Yeah, you know, that beneficiary thing is a little, that's fishy.
Also, Christina's wedding ring became a suspicious detail in the inquest, as it was never recovered. Reports differ as to whether Ronald purchased the ring for Christina, or if Jack borrowed the ring from a married friend, and the true price of the ring is also debated, ranging from $1,000 to $13,000. Nevertheless, it was never found after Christina's death.
I mean, it sounded like she was having a rough weekend. It's totally possible.
Just took it off.
She's out there by the docks, takes that wedding ring off and just throws
I guess, yeah.
teary-eyed into the lake.
That's true. You could look at it that way, where she was not sure about the marriage. She's obviously maybe about to do something horrible. Let's just chuck this ring out for solidarity. Or you could look at it as they carried out this plan to gain some finance, and then they're like, let's take the ring too. You would think that ring would turn up eventually then if you hawked it. Like at a pawn shop.
Would it? I mean, rings all kind of
Well, especially after, I mean, this case is quite famous in Canada. That probably would be worth a lot.
Oh, yeah, this is Canada, right?
Yeah.
That paints this in a whole new light for me.
Does it?
Yeah, they're very, obviously the stereotype is that they're very polite people,
Yeah,
so this is very funny to me now.
Oh, you're just imagining it kind of like...
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no, he bumped on the head. Another fascinating exhibit entered into the inquest. In the statement, Jack, he and Ronald had been in an intimate relationship for some time. However, in court, Jack claimed he was coerced to make that statement, as the police wanted to build that story in their report. The police commissioner did in fact touch on this relationship in the report of Christina's case. In it, he writes that the relationship between Jack and Ronald was, quote, to be unnatural, end quote. There was no evidence to prove this relationship, but it was highly suspected. In the inquest, Crown Counsel C.P. Hope didn't believe Jack was coerced and suggested that the two were actually lovers. Jack finally agreed to this after Hope hammered him with questions. The Toronto Star describes the questioning in an article from June 20th. Quote, when Kettlewell, after vigorous questioning, agreed with Mr. Hope's repeated suggestion that he and Ronald were male lovers, the fantastic triangle of twisted and thwarted emotions took shape, end quote. I will say that, you know, we kind of feel bad for them if they didn't do it, because now, not only are they being suspected of murder, but they're being outed, which is not cool.
Now I wonder if they drove her to this. You know, she's thinking this is her idea.
Yeah.
They're driving her to this and sort of, they know her moves.
He knew her moves for sure. Ronald did, because she wrote these letters to him.
She's confiding in him.
Yeah.
But he can also be reporting back to Jack.
But for her, yeah, exactly.
She's going to try and burn the house down. She thinks I'm going to leave and go, you know.
So it's not like they murdered her, but they didn't stop her.
Right. Oh, what a tangled web we weave.
Christina's sister Helen claimed Christina was drugged just prior to the wedding, and when she came to, married, she just accepted it. Indeed, the police report states that there was a strong suspicion that Christina's state of mind was something other than normal for a while before her death. They believe that the mind-altering effects were a result of drugs or medication. It's unclear if Christina was self-administering these drugs or if she was being drugged. Helen also claimed that Christina appeared to fear both Jack and Ronald. The owner of a home that Ronald and Jack lived in together said that Christina had mentioned she was worried something bad may happen in the honeymoon. It appears Christina was right to be worried. Jack went on to marry another woman 3 years after the tragedy, and the two of them lived a short while in the same home he braided in the late 60s.
You think he was like, this honeymoon's a lot better than my last one?
I'm sure he did.
She was like, oh, what do you mean? It's actually a very sad story.
Yeah. Jack Jack never spoke of the incident or his first marriage. In fact, his son Richard and daughter-in-law Sharon only discovered this part of Jack's life after Sharon came across an article while doing family research at a library. Even though they uncovered the story while Jack was still alive, they never broached the topic with him before his death in 1998. As for Ronald, he moved to New York in 1956. Before he left, he gifted his Pekingese dog named Ling to Jack's son Richard, who was 2 years old at the time. And then, Ronald was never heard from again. Was Christina Kettlewell murdered by two of the closest people in her life in a sinister plan to break a tragic love triangle and collect insurance money? Did the bride endure great internal strife to which she saw no end? Perhaps it was simply a freak accident that took a young life. In any case, it appears that the death
This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we discussed the bizarre collar bomb incident. Though some of the culprits in this one have seemingly been identified, the details in this one remain murky.
We sort of toil in murk, don't we?
I would say so. Like I said, we do know some of the main players, or at least we think we do. But then we don't, but then we do. I guess you'll have to stick around to find out.
I'm in.
On August 28, 2003, a phone call is made rush to Mamma Mia's Pizza, located at 5154 Peach Street. Tony Ditmo, the owner of Mamma Mia's, takes an order for 2 large sausage and pepperoni pizzas. Tony cannot understand the customer telling him the address, so he hands the phone over to his employee, Brian Wells. Wells is about 5 feet 3 inches, age 46, and balding on top. Wells takes down the address, 8631 Peach Street, and heads out south on Peach Street for what seems to be an ordinary delivery. And yet, roughly 2 hours later, Brian Wells is on live TV for robbing a bank. He is handcuffed and surrounded by state troopers in the parking lot of Eyeglass World, with a bomb strapped to his neck. Wells tells the police that the bomb was fastened to him by a group of black men who ordered him to rob a bank. After about 30 minutes of gently trying to communicate his plight, Wells says to the police, quote, "Why is it nobody's trying to come get this thing off me? I don't have a lot of time. It's gonna go off. I'm not lying. Did you call my boss?" End quote. At about 3:18 p.m.,
What up?
the caller starts emitting a loud and rapid beeping noise, and then the bomb detonates, and Wells falls backwards, slowly dying, while medics and police are baffled in the background. Wells dies on the pavement. 2 minutes later, the bomb squad finally arrives.
Yeah, this is why I take issue anytime anyone, some trivial thing goes wrong in their day and they say, FML, bro. Look what happened to this man in 2 hours.
Yeah.
He woke up that day just going to sling some za. You know?
Yeah, he was
What's
a
up?
slinger.
Yeah.
He got a little bit more than he thought.
God, so long.
Last move.
I haven't
Suddenly,
played this in
his
7
life is in
years.
tatters. That's horrible. You take
The
some.
game's only been out for a year.
And
did you see that
For your age,
scraping?
you
It's
never
my
know when
claws.
things are going to go south.
Jesus
Like getting a
Christ,
bomb.
put it on my face all the time.
Caller has been used by clubs
I don't think so. So can you show me?
Police found several pages of instructions telling Wells how to rob the bank and remove his explosive collar. The notes were addressed to the quote, bomb. The instructions were handwritten with illustrations. It appeared that Wells was telling the truth. He was sent on a hunt, and his reward was his life. This case seemed pretty cut and dried, but as more details arose, it appeared that Wells may not have entirely been a victim.
Like I said, things aren't exactly what they seem in this case. Obviously, this man appears to be a victim, but
Appearances can be deceiving.
profound stuff. All right, let's move on.
To elucidate this possibility further, let's look into Wells. Wells' landlady and neighbor, Linda Payne, states that Wells was an ordinary Erie, Pennsylvania resident. Linda said, quote, he liked to help people. He used to get up, get his breakfast at McDonald's or somewhere, and a newspaper, come home and hang out until it was time to go to work. He was very shy. He took the hubcaps off of his car because they were too shiny. He was a perfect tenant, end quote. At the age of 46, Wells lived alone with 3 cats. He was a dedicated employee at Mamma Mia's Pizzeria. In the 10 years of his employment there, he had only called in late for work once, due to the death of one of his cats. Admittedly, none of this seems to scream high-profile bank thief. Let's jump into the timeline. The phone call to the pizzeria was made around 1:47 p.m. Wells agreed to take the delivery, even though it was the end of his shift. Wells would have arrived at 8631 Peach Street at about 2 p.m. During investigation, it was found that the delivery location was not a home, but a TV transmission tower site in a wooded area off of Peach Street. It was only reachable by a dirt road. The area was swept, and they found footprints that matched Wells' footwear and the tire tracks of his Geo Metro. The area offered no clues as to how he had been lured there or what exactly happened when he arrived. But one thing is clear. It's during this time that Wells was outfitted with the collar bomb, because 20 minutes later, at roughly 2:20 p.m., Wells walked into the PNC Bank wearing the collar bomb. The bank was about 2 miles back up Peach Street, and Wells was wearing a t-shirt with the word Guess across the chest, a shirt he was not wearing before, and a shirt that relatives say was not his.
Like the brand?
No, the word, they was written on the shirt. Guess.
My family, they don't know what shirts I have. I've got some I barely ever wear.
Yeah, that's true. I got shirts in there I haven't worn for years. Maybe we could do a little spring cleaning together.
Yeah.
No, that's
I mean, we live in separate locations.
Yeah, we could do it like concurrently though.
FaceTime.
Yeah, that's true. We could do that. Yeah. This weekend?
Sure. Fun little Saturday.
Wells was instructed to, quote, go to the bank quietly. Enter with the weapon you were given. Avoid panicking the tellers or customers. Use the weapon if anyone does not cooperate or attempts to leave the bank. End quote. John Seckel, a witness at the bank robbery, saw Wells walk into the bank with a shotgun disguised as a cane and what appeared to be a shoebox under his shirt. The bomb was already around Wells' neck at this point.
How do they expect this man not to scare anyone?
Well, with a cane. It looks like a cane.
I don't care how hard you try to disguise a shotgun as a cane.
He was kind of in a situation because he has this bomb.
Yeah.
And he has a shirt that has the word Guess across it. So already he's drawing some weird looks.
Wells gave a bank teller a white envelope and spoke in a low voice. Wells' note to the bank teller said, quote, gather employees with access codes to vault and work fast to fill bag with $250,000. You have only 15 minutes. End quote. He then lifted his shirt and showed the teller his bomb, which the note confirmed. At one point, the teller yelled, Audrey, the code for a robbery.
That's pretty good code word. Yeah, it is. Because also you don't want that code word to spook everyone. If you're sitting in a bank, waiting in line, and you see one of the tellers go, oh, Audrey? You go, oh, just, you know.
Hey.
I'm pretty sure that if I was
if the banker goes, oh, peacock's nest!
One teller whispered to
Come over here.
to leave, and a group of people began to exit. The teller told Wells that there was no way to enter the vault at that time. He was only able to hand over
my friend, bro. He's my friend, huh?
Seckel said about Wells, quote, we walked right past him. He didn't bat an eye, end quote. Seckel said that Wells didn't appear scared or cocky. He was actually calm. Wells left a sealed note for the police along with his driver's license with the teller as he was told to do. A woman with a cell phone called 911, and about 3 minutes later, Wells walked out of the bank, sucking on a dum-dum he took from the bank counter.
Pretty fucking baller.
He took off in his car.
Who knows what state of mind he's in if he's like, oh, this is it. Only got 8K.
I think it's fair to
With
say
a dum-dum in my gullet.
Hey,
I'm gonna imagine it would be pretty hard for me to remain calm during
I'm
this
right here. I'm
I'd at
Chad.
least be sweating.
I know.
to be just cool as a
Just left me light up. I just have a zombie. Like this booty?
These were clarifying pages of instructions in Wells' car. The first note read, quote, exit the bank and go to the McDonald's restaurant. Get out of the car and go to the small sign reading drive-thru / open 24 hours in the flower bed. By the sign, there's a bomb with a note taped to the bottom. It has
Nah, I'm
your
gonna
next
take him
instructions.
right over the Carol.
If you want someone to go to an inconspicuous location, don't go to a McDonald's flower bed.
That's true.
You loiter around the drive-thru, people start yelling at you.
Also,
Not that I've done that, but
it's also like very obvious to have a
Hey,
grown man rummaging through a flower bed.
giant collar,
giant collar.
digging through the flower bed at a McDonald's.
Then again, he's only incriminating himself.
Yeah, I guess.
At the McDonald's, Wells collected a 2-page note that directed him to go up Page Street to a wooded area several miles away. Shortly after, Wells was stopped by state troopers and handcuffed while he told them about the bomb. The troopers left him sitting on the ground and shouted, they called the bomb squad and visually confirmed
Is Jason here?
his neck, and the rest is history. Police directing Wells said, quote,
Hey,
Hey, stop hitting my friend, girl. Back up. Back up. Back up.
Or you will die. And
Hey,
Wells
you gonna fight her? You gonna fight me, boy?
by centuries. And
You gonna fight me?
anyone follows
Hey,
who interferes.
yeah,
Allowed time
yeah.
to detonate
Make
the
you break your back,
cell phone
boy.
detonator. End quote. If Wells did as he was instructed, which included driving around the city to gather passwords, clues, and keys that would disarm the bomb, Wells would
No, don't kill yourself.
to free himself from the bomb. However, it seemed based off
You're
of
gonna kill yourself.
instructions,
Hey, bro, back up.
Wells
Back up.
had a chance. The plot assumed that he would be able to rob a bank of $250,000
God dang
and drive
it.
around in a Geo
Get
Metro
away.
with a collar bomb without interference from the police.
Get away.
So,
He was kind of doomed from the start
away.
here.
yeah, I was gonna say, it seems like the deck is kind of
Need
stacked
help?
against him.
What I think they wanted to
Listen
do
to
was they
Dave.
wanted him to go to the next point, make the handoff with the money,
Yeah.
continue the scavenger
Or
hunt,
we can
and then
stop on
get rid of a
Twitter.
loose end because the bomb goes off. What's wrong with these people? They're criminals, man.
Cops tried completing the hunt
Bro, back up.
hours after Wells had died, bouncing from clue to clue until eventually one of the clue locations came up empty. It seemed that whoever was
Leave the
executing
doors
this plan
locked.
had called it off once the police interfered.
Let me
One
take
thing to
that
note
crap,
is that the
okay?
instructions contained words
need the
like
crap.
we and us, making it appear that there were multiple conspirators.
I need that.
So now, let's get into the suspects.
Any one of these suspects could be part of the gang that carried out this crime.
I see, yes.
So, one, maybe two, maybe
You gonna
three
camp?
may be responsible. What I will say at the
Camp in this building?
at least one of these people was responsible. Oh boy. So, for
I've
once,
never drive,
we
but
will have
I'll
some
take 'em.
bit of closure.
Stick around.
Hey, girl, you gotta stop hitting
Got a
people.
good hook.
The first suspect is William A. Rothstein. Rothstein was a 6'6" hoarder who only wore dungarees and chest pouches filled with pens and notebooks. He spoke multiple languages, was an engineer, and a high school shop or introductory mechanics teacher. Less than a month after the collar bomb incident, Rothstein
Stop trying to hit me, girl.
dispatcher closed at 8645 Peach Street.
Bro, what are you doing?
Crap.
There is a frozen body. It's in the
Yes.
freezer.
You
And
have freaking
the
playground.
address.
Why'd you do that?
She
Rothstein's
heard the
home,
mic.
and he claimed the body was
She
there
heard the
because he
mic,
was storing
so
it
she
as a
did it.
quote
She heard the what?
friend. End quote.
Big favor.
She heard our mic,
Big
and
favor,
so
big
she
ask.
just did
Yeah,
it.
I don't think I could call any of my friends and be like,
Oh.
hey, man,
Remember that time I
Yes.
helped you move that couch?
Did
yeah.
you know
And,
the people?
My friend is dead.
Kind of like that, except instead of a couch,
Hey, let's get out.
it's a
Let's get
dead
out.
person.
We need more
The
weapons.
friend in
Yeah, we need to
question was a
leave.
woman named Marjorie Deal Armstrong.
Let's
The
go
body
towards
was
the other people.
45-year-old James Roden, who was killed by
Hey,
his
let's
then
kill
girlfriend
Jason.
Marjorie by shotgun blast
I
while he was
remember how to
sleeping in
kill
her
Jason.
bedroom. This occurred on
That's the
August
only
13th, about 6 weeks before
You're a
Roden's
girl.
body
You
was
go get
reported.
the sweater.
Rothstein
Someone
had
needs to
always
call
been
Tommy.
engaged to Deal Armstrong, so
Someone
given
call
their history,
Tommy.
he agreed to get rid of Marjorie's shotgun and store the body, but stated that he called the police once Marjorie suggested that Rothstein put the rest of Roden's
I didn't
body
know.
in an ice grinder.
I'm coming.
Too much.
Save me.
That was, you stepped over the man. Either way, I love that
Hey,
this
can I
guy
have that?
has
I
this
don't know.
odd moral compass. Where
Hey, bro, there's a machete over here.
fine, the next step is chopping the body up. Can't do that.
If you
I imagine her talking to him on the phone, just suggesting,
No,
like,
no,
well,
don't get out.
Get in here, boy. Get in, girl.
just taking that body
Bro, back up. Like, back up, seriously.
size.
I killed.
And she
I
knows she's
knocked
going
him.
too far.
Yeah, let's go.
Somehow. I don't know what it was, but I know.
Yeah, one too many. Damn it, Marjorie.
She was placed in custody
out.
hours later.
Hit him
He agreed
good
to
or
testify
something.
against Marjorie for immunity. He told the police that he had been feeling incredibly guilty, and at one point,
Bro, stop it.
suicide. Police found a suicide note in a desk at
I'm
his
about
home.
to waste your back.
The note started with, quote, "This has nothing to do with the Wells
Hey,
case,"
man, you're gonna...
which truly is an odd thing to say, because from an outside perspective, it has no apparent relation.
My friend went to New Orleans recently, and she was like, oh, I'd love to buy a house here. And one of the signs said for sale, and under the
Hey, yo, what's up, girl?
sign that said not haunted.
Oh, that house is... I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe that that house is haunted.
That's as weird to me as saying this has nothing to do with this case, that has nothing to do with this. Don't look into it at all.
The only link between Rothstein and Brian Wells seemed to be a coincidence. Rothstein's house was one of the only houses in the vicinity of Brian Wells' last pizza delivery in the woods. Rothstein's house was a mere 5-minute walk away. Additionally, the phone call that placed the order of pizzas was traced to a payphone on
There's a bat.
228 Peach Street at a Shell garage, only a half-mile away from Rothstein's home. Lorraine Blodgett, the manager of the convenience store at the Shell Garage, stated Rothstein would often come in. Quote, he'd come in to buy newspapers and cookies. He'd sit outside in his car and have brunch, read the paper, end quote. Rothstein also used to make calls from the payphone. You can find these circumstantial details in the fact that Rothstein brought up the Wells case unprovoked. It is undoubtedly suspicious, and brings to the forefront Rothstein's mechanical prowess. Police searched his home and found power tools, welders, and, quote, piles of old machinery, end quote. One NPR article states that Rothstein, quote, had the mechanical know-how to build the ingenious bomb that killed Wells, end quote. The collar was made up of, quote,
They called the cops.
a metal collar with 4 keyholes and a 3-digit combination lock, and an iron box containing 2
Did he go away?
pipe bombs loaded with double base smokeless powder. The
He
hidden
called the cops,
collar
didn't he?
around Wells's neck like a giant handcuff. End quote. Investigators were able to tell that the device had been made using professional tools. In 2007, a Pennsylvania grand jury agreed that
Where's she going?
had dumped over 1,000 pounds of evidence at a local landfill. But even if Rothstein did make the bomb, he didn't quite fit the profile of the mastermind of such a cruel operation. And thus, we discussed Marjorie Deal Armstrong, our second suspect. After Rothstein tipped off the police to the murder of Jean
Someone's going
police
to get
entered
the gas
Marjorie's
license
home,
in
which was a
Canyon.
mess of dog feces, clothes,
Oh, someone's
and
died.
fast
Can you
food
go get that
cartons.
gas right
The
now?
police had to wear toxic hazard
I'm getting out.
suits.
I don't care.
hate all of this
Let's go.
story, Ryan.
I don't care who you
Bill
are, get
here
out the
is
freaking
making my
dog.
skin crawl.
This is the woman who had him store a body for her murdered boyfriend.
She must have been real pretty.
Or devious.
I mean, why are you 2 times proposing to a woman whose house is full of dog shit?
Maybe she just had a hook on him, you know? You just can't let go.
Every time we go up for a walk in the snow.
I'm not taking that gas.
The aroma.
The
I
aroma
will
of
never
Marjorie.
take that.
Marjorie already had a reputation in Erie and had killed before. She admitted to having shot her boyfriend Robert Thomas in 1984, but she was acquitted because she stated that she was a victim of domestic abuse. Her first husband hung himself, and her second died after hitting his head at home on a coffee table.
I mean, she's obviously an evil person, but just to live a life that's so fraught with chaos sounds stressful.
But also, this person needs to be eradicated from the rest of normal society. We should separate her. For sure, we should put it over there.
Find a spot for
Hey,
her
Jason, you
where
want
she can
company?
no longer get married.
Obviously,
According to her former high school classmates, she was known for her intelligence, but over the years,
I
it
was
mingled
really
with
glad
madness. She suffered from multiple mental illnesses, including bipolar disorder, paranoia, narcissism, swing, and she seemed unable to stop her rapid-fire speech. The local DA, Brad Funk, who had also attended school with Marjorie, described Marjorie as quote, one of those folks that thinks she's smarter and slicker and brighter than everybody else.
Yeah,
And at
that's
the end of the
right. Don't
day,
push
she
me.
believes she'll win, or she'll prevail on anything that she does.
Yeah, we know.
She seemed like the type that would make a bank heist more complicated than it needed to be. And she also seemed to be the type that would need to brag about her achievements. The FBI
Why didn't you do
The
that?
collar bomber was profiled as a hoarder, comfortable with shopping and power tools. The collar bomber also had access
No!
to these tools alone. And took pride in their creations with dual purposes. A collar and a bomb
Who wants to come with me to go get the sweater, bro?
had a violent past and a superiority complex. This profile
Nah, bro, you ain't about to kill me!
Armstrong. She had a complex, a violent past, and he had shop skills. Though we aren't done with Deal Armstrong, I'll now introduce our third suspect, a man named Kenneth.
Nah.
A witness came forward in 2005 that said Kenneth Barnes was involved. He was a former TV repairman turned drug dealer.
Why would you fucking
Somebody needs to go get the
die?
sweater.
7-year-old sex worker Jessica
I'm going.
came forward saying she knew Brian Wells and had, quote, turned tricks, end quote, with him at the home of Kenneth Barnes. Hoopsick had left a message on Brian's answering machine and was a link between Brian and Deal Armstrong. It turned out that Kenneth E. Barnes, who would supply Hoopsick with drugs, used to go fishing with Marjorie Deal Armstrong, hence connecting Barnes, Brian, and now Armstrong. So he knew these people.
What a town.
Barnes had spoken too freely about the collar bomb plan and his brother-in-law charges. Barnes is driving the wrong way on the highway near one of the locations of the search. Barnes said he would exchange information for a reduced sentence. Barnes also confirmed the FBI's belief that Deal
Crafted for taste. Clearly, talented.
Armstrong was the mastermind. He stated that Deal Armstrong needed the money because she wanted to pay Barnes to kill her father, who she believed was blowing through his fortune, which was money she expected to inherit. Barnes claimed that he was kept in the dark about most of the plan, but he had already corroborated with much of what the FBI had already heard. Other than Barnes, investigators had previously spent weeks with informants who said that Deal Armstrong talked about plans of the bomb in intimate detail. A fellow inmate of Deal Armstrong told authorities that Deal Armstrong had admitted to killing her boyfriend James Roden because he was going to expose the bomb plot. The FBI met with Deal Armstrong while she was serving time for the murder of James Roden. Deal Armstrong promised to tell them everything if they would transfer her from Muncie State Penitentiary to Cambridge Springs, a minimum security prison closer to Erie. Deal Armstrong insisted to the FBI that she had nothing to do with the collar bomb plot, but she did supply the kitchen timers used for the bomb, and was within a mile of the bank robbery when it happened. She agreed to drive around Erie with the agents and show them where she had been that day, linking her to several locations of the crime. Marjorie also admitted to the FBI that on the day Brian died, she had gone to the Shell station with her Jeep and bought $10 of gas. Rothstein and Barnes were also with her. Rothstein had used the payphone before Wells died, implying that Rothstein made the phone call to the pizzeria. She then claimed she would provide.
What?
Hello.
What?
Gabriel,
What?
did you take your medicine?
No.
Get downstairs and take it. Today's your last day.
I will.
Okay, get downstairs. Let's go.
Okay.
No further information without immunity, but she had already given away too much information. The FBI informed Deal Armstrong that they had enough information to indict her.
Frankly, this is stressful. It's very stressful. Certainly, all these details are like 171 enough to indict you.
So she effectively put herself behind bars, which is kind of fun. She claimed that Rothstein planned the whole thing, and more importantly, that Wells was in on the heist, which brings us to our fourth and final suspect, Brian Wells.
Now that is surprising. Why would this man be in on it himself?
Well, what I'm about to break down may make you a little upset.
It's been a very upsetting day, Ryan.
Yes, it has been.
Just leave me alone, bro.
When looking at the note details of the timeline, two things come off as suspicious on the part of Wells.
Look behind you.
That Wells' demeanor was so calm during the robbery. And second, that it seems there was no evidence to back up Wells' story that he was attacked by a group of black men who locked him in the collar at gunpoint. Wells' calm throughout the situation troubled the police, who were never quite able to rule him out as
Tommy, I don't have a map.
his own death. In 2007, District Attorney Mary Beth Buchanan stated that she believes Wells was in on the plot along with Rothstein.
No. Sorry.
They also believe that Deal Armstrong and Barnes
I'll follow you.
planned on taking the money from Brian.
Oh, well, we only got like
Robbed the
2
bank,
minutes.
but fled when they saw the cops and left Brian for dead. Because Wells allegedly never had a chance in his doomed scavenger hunt, D.A. Buchanan believes that Brian was part of the operation and given a collar bomb or an alibi. The collar would also ensure that Brian
Wow.
was linked to the plan, hand over the money, and if things went downhill, quote, he would not survive to be a witness against the other conspirators,
Alright.
end quote. Kenneth Barnes also claimed that Wells had been talking about the robbery about a month before it happened. According to the FBI affidavit, another witness had corroborated this.
How longer do we even have?
D.A. Buchanan announced the investigation was over, stating that Deal Armstrong and Barnes were charged with carrying out the crime.
Where did he grab you to?
Stated that Rothstein and Wells were conspirators. Based on information gathered over 4 years of over 1,000 interviews, Wells was charged with being in on the scheme from the beginning. Kenneth Barnes claims Wells was willing to help with the promise of money because he was in an expensive relationship with sex worker Jessica Hoopsick. According to the indictment completed in 2007, Wells thought the bomb was fake, and so he agreed to wear it. He was told it was meant to fool the cops. If he was caught, he could blame the threatening instructions. Barnes claims Wells only realized when he delivered the pizzas to the TV transmission tower that the bomb was real, and he was locked into the device at gunpoint when he tried to run away.
Why didn't he just assume it was fake still?
He was thinking probably of some cartoonish looking bomb. He gets there, it's professionally made. And he realizes, holy shit, this actually may be a real bomb. Maybe he even said something like, hey, that bomb looks pretty real, guys. And they all kind of didn't laugh when he started chuckling. He's like, uh-oh.
I guess you get what you pay for. If you're hanging out with people who all agree that maybe it's a good idea for you to wear a fake bomb and rob a bank, you can't be outraged when they put a real one on you.
District Attorney Buchanan said that over time, Wells had changed from a co-conspirator to an unruly participant. Wells was
whatever you do, don't check here, dude. I'm begging you, please. Just walk away, bro. Just walk away. Like, wait 4 seconds.
Huh?
What's up now? Where you at? What's up, kid? There's still someone else here. I got 2 bullets. Watch this, ready? Bling! Headshot. No, I have no ammo. I have no 8 bullets. I have 8 bullets, boys. Can I do it? Where is he? Where is this pleb? Where'd you go? What's up, kid? Yeah. What? Oh, he's back. He's back. He's back. Chill, chill. He's back. I thought he was gonna stay AFK, but he came back real quick. How did I not kill him? The RPG to the face. I know he had a shield, but still, like, come on. That should kill you to the face. I mean, it's a headshot. Like, who? Lake, you can't get sniped. Like, my whole right side is covered. We're good. We're Gucci. Whoa, he's in the only shot on the left. I don't know what to do. Left and right, boys. Pro strats. Okay, stop. How do you hit these shots? Chill. Chill. I am confused. Shit, bro. I'm kind of screwed right now. This is the worst feeling ever. YOLO. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're going this way, boys. Just change direction. Pro shots, though. Look, you can't get sniped. On my right side, that is. On my left side, I can't. But no one's here. So, we're good. We're alive. You see that? Looks kind of cool, too. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead. You survived that? What kind of boots do you have on? You're not gonna run. I can't even see him. He ran away. What? This kid's the best player in the game. He's the best player in the game. This kid's a god. He's a god. This kid's a god. This kid's a god. You challenge that? Respect. Yeah, let's semi-auto too. Yo, GG, dude. I got wrecked. But like, I mean, yo, first of all, like, what kind of boots do you have on to survive a fall like that? Second of all, nice shot. I can't believe you challenged, bro. Respect. But that was nice. Always challenge. Always. This kid knows what's up. Look at this poor kid. He just landed. He has no. Oh, a fall like that. Second of all, nice shot. I can't believe you challenge you. I'm not gonna kill you. Don't worry, bro. You know what you're doing? Fam, what's up? Here, I'll give you a gun. Take that. Take the gun, dude. Oh, this kid is so clueless. He has no idea. It's the first time playing. Stop running away. Come back here, boy. Bro, stop. Stop running away.
Oh, look at my life. I look a little bit of the mind.
Really can't leave without it. It's so weird without the thing.
Check your map for the location of the
Did you just dial to me? Recently? Ultimate. What just happened? Where'd you go?
I am over here to get the gift.
This is Lumpy Gamer at Tubi TV, and we bring to you this morning.
I'm not gonna lie, that's probably the best news channel I've ever seen.
Hello, and welcome to YouTube. Hello, the great content of YouTube. Today, I will like to see
You know that saying, stay in school, don't do drugs? Well, if you're gonna make intros like that in school, I'd rather you do drugs.
right?
Apollo 69.
Eddie, I'm home.
My new intro!
I feel so bad for that pillow. Like, it got raped and abused in the same clip. Guys, for every like this video gets, a pillow getting humped in an intro will be saved. What did that bed do to deserve such torture? Seriously though, how would you react as a parent if you walked in your kid's room and he's doing that on the bed? Hey, do you want some? I knew we should have got you a phone. Get over here. It's gonna hurt you a lot more than it hurt. Okay, so this question is dead serious. Why does it sound like he's having sex? Mom, we're out of bleach.
Hey guys, this is my new intro, or maybe my new intro.
What's wrong with you humans? You guys need to get your crap together. You don't see stickers making stupid intros like that.
Hey, welcome to the great opening of my new channel called Minecraft Loaded.
Oh, he plays Minecraft.
Minecraft Loaded.
That explains it. Hey, Obama? Yeah. Can you launch all our nukes? I think it's time we start over as a race.
Come on, everybody, won't you party with me now? Come on, won't you party with me?
The face you make when your dad says you're out of pizza roll.
Come on, everybody.
I can't even read what it says. Also, I love how about halfway through, the kids in the back, they just stop and stand there because they don't know what to do. Wait, what did you just say? Did you just say demons aren't real? Whoa. Demons are real. Here, I'll prove it. Watch these intros.
Hello, I'm gonna do a thing. That's not such a thing. My name is Lexi.
Now, don't you dare try to tell me she did not get possessed halfway through that intro.
Lexi.
Still not convinced? Fine, here's some more proof. I'm telling you guys, demon possession during your intro is a very common thing. It is 100% real. John, they still don't believe me. You guys, what? Fine, here's some more proof. So based on my scientific research, there's a 5% chance that when you're recording an intro, you're going to be possessed by a demon.
Poking Clash. Poking Clash. Poking Clash. Poking Clash. Poking Clash.
If he says poking clash one more time, I'm going to kill myself.
Poking Clash.
I'm just kidding. Suicide's not a joke. Suicide's a real problem in society. That is some amazing dance skills. Also, I love how oblivious his sister is to the dreadful intro going on behind her. That moment when you find out your mom voted for Trump. Hey, do you... How do you put a kid up for adoption? Guys, if you have a Bandicam watermark at the top of your intro, you're an idiot. Okay, John, you can remove it. The joke's over.
And it goes a little something like this. Here we go. Na, 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 na.
But you just said people with Bandicam watermarks are an idiot, and you're an idiot. Oh, okay, fine, be that way. You know what? If you have a Bandicam watermark, then you're really funny and really hot. Wait, why'd you get rid of it?
It's gonna be my new intro.
Dude, I wonder how Keemstar feels about kids dancing to theme music for their intro. I'm ashamed to own one of these. Because of that intro, I have a strong urge to burn this right now. For some reason, I really feel like burning it now. But I'm sure there's a good reason why he left it as name instead of putting in his channel name.
Hopefully you guys are fine with it because it only says name, so I was like, what? They wouldn't let me include text. So hopefully you guys like it and the Vision Blade, I'm out. Peace.
Wow,
It's like, what? It's like, what? They wouldn't let me include text. So hopefully you guys like it and the Vision Blade, I'm out. Peace.
wow, he's actually gonna use an intro that says name as his intro. That's my head, my brain cells.
Walkie-talkie, 1, 2.
Says name as his intro. That's my head, my brain cells. I quit. My brain can't take much more of this. I'm done. I quit. Granny, did you have kids making intros like this back in your day?
Back in my day, kids went outside and did stuff with their life user.
Alrighty then, ready?
Okay, guys, so today we're gonna. Hey, guys.
Their life user.
Alrighty then, ready?
Okay, guys, so today we're gonna play. Hey, guys.
Every day, a kid is abused in an intro. Please like this video to help put an end to abuse in intros. Beast, are you using abuse for likes again? It's not my fault my content sucks and I have to make stupid overused jokes like that just to get likes on my...
Number one word was this. Intros. Part 2? No. That's funny. Dun, dun. Okay. How come I can't crawl? Okay, look. The lag. It's about to lag out. No, it's about to lag out. Yeah, look, it's about to lag out.
Let's be real, if someone pulled up to me like this,
The person is just like kicking you out.
probably laugh so hard.
Yeah, it's about to lag out.
Hospital. I mean, let's be real.
Leave
It
it.
looks like he's riding my little sister's bicycle. So I'm gonna start this video off by showing you guys some videos that people made for me.
Look, Gasson. I have 2 pocket knives. Is it really peeing on it?
This might be difficult for some of you, but if you could refrain from peeing on my channel name or, sacrifice...
Stop! I need Logan. Dude, I told Logan to go over to our garden. Remember the garden? I told Logan if he goes over to the garden, I'll give Elvis to you, like to hold and stuff. Then I went, when I went over to the garden, I went inside, and I closed the door. Is he actually trying to cut the
You're going up for adoption. I just didn't want to give it attention, but it's just becoming a common thing. If you remember, back in episode...
Stop it! Stop
in an
it.
intro. that wasn't bad enough, I recently crossed
Why'd you hit me?
abusing
Because
a
the dog hit me. Oh my god. That was the dog out there spiked the guy.
And here's what you can do. For every like this video gets, an abused animal in an intro will be saved. 100% real, totally not fake, totally didn't use that joke before, totally legit.
Paper
Like
starting.
the video to save an animal abused
I know.
in an intro.
Paper starting. I know, Logan.
Sup guys, Bad Toro Games, and as you can see, I changed my name and I look swagger.
So he
You look
covered his
ugly.
camera with his
Yeah, you
thumb.
look ugly.
He sung his own intro. He called
You actually
himself
don't look
Swagger.
ugly.
Are people trying
My
to get on this
penis
series?
hurts.
I changed my name and I look
Hey, you need a penis and watch your penis. The Jarvis resident? What? Stop! No messing around. Ryan, stop. You have to pick up the Walking Dead. Okay. Scoot over this way so I can see you.
I would love to meet with you on Monday.
I can move, I can't. No, don't
Get up for adoption.
Fight for my new intro.
Who's ugly?
Did he really just dab? Please stop dabbing and go play some Minecraft.
Minecraft, Logan.
Not even joking, I think I just got a headache from that.
Bye, Lucas. Lucas's weekly review. Thank you. Bye, Lucas. Lucas's weekly review. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, someone please put me out of my misery. I'm never giving my kid a phone.
Hey. Oh, my arm hurts. My arm hurts. Ew, Kira.
Like seriously, my kid's not getting a phone until he turns 6. Worst intros on YouTube. Who put that on the script? This next guy's a better rapper than Ice Pack, Tupac, Eminem. This guy's a better rapper than any famous rapper currently out there.
Wait, what outfit am I using? What outfit are you using, babe? What outfit are you using on her? Her Halloween costume? What? What outfit am I using for her? Halloween costume? Campfire song.
Like this. Maybe it's just because I am a sticker, but I don't see why anyone would ever make an intro like that.
The best vlogger guy here.
I mean, it's not like we have options, guys. Casey Neistat quit vlogging. I mean, we gotta find a different vlogger to replace him. Let's give this kid a
Watch
try.
them walking.
The new intro for that channel. Here we go.
Please come back, Casey. Why does this kid look like he's doing karate? Also, I'm pretty sure he just hit the hardest dab of 2016.
Oh, baby.
Officer Poop 247. Officer Poop. That's his name.
Thanks for the headphone warnings. My plastic ears are killing me now.
I got that.
Subscribe.
Steve, I'm sorry, but we're in a bad intro, and I can't own you anymore because you're a disgrace to life now.
What are you doing? Really? Are you gonna do this? You're bad. Come on. Come on. Fight! Fight me. This is bad. Guys, we got a new Jason.
Calm down and keep cool.
Hi.
Get it? her name was cool. Guys, it's time for today's segment of Minecraft intros. As always, please put any weapons far away from yourself so you don't inflict any self-harm. If you get a little bit lightheaded, please stop watching immediately. We cannot be held responsible for any brain damage that occurs during
Bruh, get away!
intros.
Who do you think she is? Who is those?
I wonder how Nudge can sleep at night knowing that he created a game that resulted
Oh, there you is. What you doing? What do you mean? What are you doing, brother?
Wait.
Where'd you go?
Song
Oh, I'm
copyrighted?
scared. Where'd you go? Where did you go?
I love how realistic that animation is. That was like a,
Bro, what are you doing?
that just makes me love Minecraft
Like,
so much.
yeah.
This next
No,
Minecraft
no,
intro
no,
is
no,
definitely the worst
no,
Minecraft
no.
intro on all of YouTube.
What's up?
Yeah, go that way.
And we all know
Go find your mom. Go find your mom, bro.
Snapshot coming out.
Where's your mom?
Or Snapshot coming out.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
I used to be a Minecraft.
what are you doing?
You know, sometimes in life you do things you're not proud of. You know, things you regret. But it's those things that make you who you are today.
What is
Yes,
this?
I used to be a cringy Minecraft YouTuber, but I've changed. Now I'm just a cringy YouTuber. I wonder what.
Well, you're my boyfriend, though.
I should just flail my arms in random directions. That'd be a great intro.
Bro.
You are not funny.
I know it. Bro, back up.
Here's my intro.
I just want to point out
you fucking die?
paper intro. Yeah, his
Yeah,
parents
die.
are mature enough to play
Look
Blood.
at his booty, though.
Subscribe. Subscribe, like.
Be swag.
Please save me.
He wants his booty.
Why does this intro say mighty girls?
Get the booty.
Girls are mighty. Also, why does it sound like a cat?
Get the booty, boys. I know you want it. What are you doing?
Like that, asshole! How do I reenact that? How? This is,
What's he doing?
what am I doing with my life? Oh, please, I don't wanna do that.
What's he doing? He's wasted all his crap. What? No! Ah! No! No! Thank you, boyfriend. Where's the weapon? I need a weapon.
How's that?
You have one? This is not
Okay,
killing you
I see it
guys.
now.
He's dead.
Oh boy, that's...
I need a weapon, boys. Or I'm just being nice to you guys. I think he's just bad. What? I think he's just bad. This is private machine. What are you doing? No!
Is this child support?
I need a weapon. Stop. Oh.
Hello? Is this child support? Yeah? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd like to report a case of neglect.
Stop on my hurt. How did it hurt? Like you're stepping on my toe. Stop, it hurts. Stop. 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 Ryan, stop. I'm good. So am I. I love you. What's up, babe? What's up, babe? What's up? Stop. Steady. What? Stop.
How's it going, bros? In our last Twitch video, we respected women, so today we're going to be mixing it up because the last one did pretty well, and we're going to appreciate women, alright? Two completely different things. The first woman we're going to appreciate her. She looks like she's a
The Jason leg! The Jason leg!
I'm the oldest pussy stream, by the way.
What?
That was a weird time to donate.
Did they give me their flat? Yeah, the Jason leg because he sucks.
Here, that's so kind of you.
Go pee? Touch anything? No, grab it. Controller. It's do something. You do it. You do it, man. Do it, Jason. He's gonna die. There you go. Take it. No, mine's not alone. Go. I said I'm wait till it's fine. Okay. What guy is him? What guy is he? What girl is he? What girl is he? He's the top person. He's the person at the top. Where's the fourth station? Hey, what if cleats in my room?
Let's just throw a little money her way.
Take over cleats.
I feel like they're going to
I'm not cleaning on. Yes, not in my room.
She appreciated me, so now we have to appreciate her. That's how it works.
No,
Alright,
that's
I just
it.
gave her money. She better not talk about my penis again, or we're moving on.
I will appreciate you more than you appreciate me. Darn it.
Thank you a lot. I do feel very appreciated.
Dude, the best character in this game. Who do you think the best character in this game is?
Alright guys, our next streamer does not speak American. Keep it in! Keep it in! Wait, I did not mean that. Build a wall. Demonetize. This next streamer does not speak English, but the language of appreciation can, be understood by all.
I know.
Alright, who do you think the best character is?
Good thing we're not respecting women today, because those boobs aren't very respected.
Tommy's not a character.
I appreciate you.
That accent. Guys, I
Brandon
speak multiple languages,
What?
and she just said she felt very appreciated.
No,
So,
Vanessa.
That girl?
Have more
Vanessa.
appreciation.
People are saying that you're not Czech, so thanks, but
Well, honestly, it depends what you're good with.
She went like perfect English for us. Yeah, that's so weird.
thank you. I don't know what to say.
Oh, she does speak English. What? Top 10 anime plot twist. What the fuck? You speak English? My whole life is a lie. She's about to get really confused. I like this song. I know, right? I just want to donate for the music.
You speak English, the whole life is alive.
Yeah, I do speak English, kind of.
I can't tell if she's mad or not. I know, right? Alright, well, I think we need to move on. Alright, guys, we're coming back to this guy real quick. Last time you told me you respect women, but now I must ask, do you appreciate them?
Dude, Mr. Beast.
Last time you told me you
Hell
respect
yeah,
women,
dude.
but now I must ask.
Last time
Do
you
you
told me
appreciate them?
Yeah, I appreciate women, dude. I appreciate them so much, man. Hell yeah, dude. You're a hell of a guy, man, for real.
He liked it so much he gave us a belly slap.
Hell yeah, dude.
We're only 19 subs away from shaved chest and stomach. Come on, guys, we can do it. 20 subs equals shaved chest, hair, and stomach. We're only 19 away, boys. Let's go. Here's our next victim. Guys, I think it's time we bring out the secret weapon. You know, we're about to get serious, boys. I have Fedora on now.
Oh my god, Mr. Beast. Thank you for the 50 donation. Giant Asian sticker. What? Who's that?
That's the name of my PayPal for you guys that don't know.
Much appreciation right now.
She didn't mention my fedora! Hey, I just donated and they didn't mention my fedora! I don't know who that was.
Mr. B6000, hey, I have a fedora on now, he says.
Hey, it's probably gonna be me.
She cool, man. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna have to scratch.
Oh, or it's
Never heard of
Roblox
Mr. Beast, but that's
Chainsaw.
really nice of him.
Yeah, it's Roblox Chainsaw.
That is an interesting hobby, isn't it?
But when you read this, I'm going to tip my fedora. I'm gearing up for the tip. We just gotta wait for her to read. Fedora tip for a tip. Let's go, boys.
When you read this, I'm gonna tip my fedora. Oh my god, Mr. Beast is here again. He donated another 50. But I need to see it. I want to see you tip your fedora. If you have Twitter or something.
I just noticed she has a donation goal for $500, and then she can buy new PC monitors. And she's about 190 of the fake magical money off, so let's just fill it up. My fedora wanted you to have made your my keyboard.
Oh my days!
It's the fedora. She better not lose this fight. Come on, you got it. Alright, come on, get the double.
Oh my god! Thank you so much for 200, in total £300 donation, Mr. Beast.
Enjoy your new monitors. I'm gonna tip my fedora and head to the next woman to appreciate. He looks like a really nice guy. Good for you.
He looks like a really nice guy. Good for you.
Mr. Beast looks like a nice guy for you.
Mr. Beast, thank you. He is a really good guy.
But can your car share do this?
But can your car chair do this?
In the chat. Moist spam in the chat.
Shit froze.
What's up, dog?
Alright, they're pretty boring. We're gonna move on. The small one, and if her chair does this...
Vroom vroom, I'm in my mom's car. Vroom vroom.
Your chair do this?
Mr. Beast, thank you so much for the $4.20 cents. Hold on. Can you share to this?
What am I doing?
I hit you guys.
Her chair can
Oh
do
my
this.
god, it
Alright,
froze.
she is an elite class memer. We know what to do now, boys. My fedora...
Wait, it didn't freeze.
So her donation thing isn't working. It doesn't pop up, but I just gave her $200. Oh, there it is.
Somebody come save me.
What?
Hey.
Wait, what?
What
My
the
fedora was very
frick?
Yo, Mr. Beast, what the
Oh.
hell?
I mean, your chair could do this. What do you expect? You blew her top donator out of the water. He had $1.24.
Mr. Bear.
Mr. Bear, what the fuck?
I am here to
appreciate you with my fedora.
Thank you so much.
Oh my god.
For the 35 euros. I wasn't expecting this. Thank you so much. That was surprising.
It's the power of the fedora. Would you prefer to be appreciated or respected?
Would you prefer to be appreciated or respected?
Thank you so much for the 50 euros. You can just ask these questions in chat. You don't need to donate.
I kept changing the camera views and that was one.
She prefers both.
Thank you so much, Mr. Beast.
No problem. Just here to appreciate
Boy.
and respect you. Okay. I
Why
appreciate
do you?
and respect you. Hashtag nice guy.
What?
Okay, I appreciate and respect you.
I'm dead.
Hashtag nice guy.
This is so weird.
Just me.
Somebody save me.
Being nice.
Thank you so
I'm stuck and I'm frozen.
so much. Yes,
Bro,
2 million.
I can't get out.
Why the
Help
fuck are you
me.
here?
Help,
Content.
Wait, are you
please.
real?
I am fake.
I'm in here. Help.
I appreciate you. Even
Help, 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 help. Please, I'm frozen.
you are a male.
Help me, I can't do anything. I'm stuck. Yeah, do that.
Maybe Jason has to hit you to do that.
I was opening up this door. Oh my god. He can't kill me. Oh no. Ah! Don't kill me. You can't catch me. You can't catch. No. Ah!
Us males deserve
Okay.
it too.
You see. Bruh, you see me glitched here?
I appreciate you, even though you're...
You see what I'm doing? I'm like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Both genders.
Mr. Beast, I had no idea you were a feminist. Alright, calm down.
Oh, there you go.
Trust that. If you take me again, I might die.
Finally, as Jason comes and fits.
I'm not going to appreciate other people. Later.
When Jason comes, it fixes. What the poop?
I don't know what to say, man.
I don't know. Comment down below. Do you guys care if next time I do this, if I have a sponsor? Because if I have a sponsor, like, I can really go nuts. Because right now I'm just giving away my own money, so I can only give away like $5,000 to $10,000. But if I had a sponsor, like, I could literally drop like $10,000 at just random people and not care. All right, let the donating begin. Appreciate.
Fast one.
Males?
Fast two.
Do I appreciate males? Sure.
I don't know. Do we keep going? She doesn't sound like a true man.
Yeah. Hi.
I think we're gonna have to move on, boys.
No.
That wasn't too enthusiastic. I like
maximum
your
volume.
headset.
Oh my god, Mr. Beast? Where did that come from?
I like your headset.
Like my headset? I'm using the Lenovo Y Stereo headset.
I don't think you understand.
Oh,
I really like that headset.
Mr. Beast, what are you doing?
I don't think you understand. I really like the headset.
Just throwing another $100 donation just like that? Don't you like money?
I don't like money, I like the headset. No, I don't like money. I like that headset.
Is this real?
My eyes
Myself, I want to try to do it for my dogs.
Mr. Beast has donated $5,000. $10,000 to 10 cents. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast donates $1,000. Another $250. $10,000 for each.
Ow, get off my finger. Can't please sleep over? No. You said I could sleep over on Monday. I said if Logan could sleep over.
$69,000 during
I'm sorry. Yeah, I said if Logan could sleep over.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a video where I donate money to Ninja. So I can give it to Ninja. This money's going to Ninja. It's all going to cancer research. This is just a fun way for me to get a viral video so I can get a sponsor on the viral video and I can take their money and give it to cancer research because honestly, screw cancer. If we donate $100, he can only use a gray weapon that game and he has to take a sip of his Red Bull. If we donate $250, he has to drop the weapon he's holding.
John, all your guns, I don't care about this community. It's not fair, dude. Mr. Beast. Rock gun.
If we donate $500, he has to drop all of his materials, which that's going to be a lot of fun.
No, man. No. Can't do this. I need materials.
No. To win. If we donate $1,000, he can't heal, and he has to do the first chest challenge. Yes! Someone shout him. Because he can heal. And if we donate $2,500, he has to donate $1,000 of his own money. I'm excited because we have a budget of $40,000, which means I can donate $500 like 80 times. And every time I donate $500, he has to drop all his materials. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to start off light with a $10,000 donation. I love saying that just to trigger people.
Yep.
I am going to do everything in
True.
my power to make you lose this game.
You actually suck at ass. Just letting you know, man.
Alright, there it is.
You're garbage.
Who?
Sucks ass.
Time to get out of here.
See it? Yeah, I think he's ready.
Oh, that shit. I'm going to do everything in my power to make you lose this game. Bye, Mr. Beast. Let's go!
Before I donate $50,000 to Ninja, I need to tell you guys to order from Walgreens. And I'm not even joking, right? Watch, I'll show you. Hit apply coupon. Every time we order our meals from Walgreens, we always save so much. Find a coupon, you hit add honey. Installs in just 2 clicks. honey.com/MrBeast. There's no reason. I love you, Ninja.
He's arrived, man. You can see the YouTube title now, man. Mr. Beast makes Ninja lose every game.
He knows our strategy.
My God, man. That is still so much, dude.
If we donate $1,000, he can't heal. He can't heal. So I'm
winning this game.
You are not winning this game.
Mr. Beast donates 1,000, says no healing. Okay, so we are already moving on to the...
No mess.
That's okay. I still got my mask, dude. We're not in that bad a shape.
You won't have them in 1 second. Let's see you win now, big boy. Yeah, that's right. Drop your mask.
It's actually incredible. Okay, Beast. Nomad. Listen, Beast, I'm gonna make you go broke here, dude, because you understand I can refarm the materials back up.
No gun.
No gun. No. Which gun? All right, you didn't specify which gun I get to drop. So I'll just drop my gray pistol. Thanks, Beast.
No gun.
Just donated another 250. No gun. Another 250. Listen, I need to be replenishing these guns.
Me and Chris are donating as fast as we can. I'm in charge of nomads. He's in charge of no guns. We're gonna be donating as fast as we can. Nomads.
Nomads. Oh my. Beast, if I die this game, dude, because I can't get materials, I farmed up like 2,000 materials.
You're 100% gonna die. You will. We're not giving up till you die. Tell him to drop a shotgun. Shotgun? Yeah, shotgun. The 250 shotgun.
Beast, I hate you. Lose the shoddy, dude. Come on, dude. You guys are against me, man, right now. You got this. I believe in you. Max 8 with the 150. Dude, thank you, man. At least I got someone who believes in me.
No W for you.
Mr. Beast, you're amazing, man. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And congratulations, by the way, to all your success, dude. Keep climbing, dude. Keep making your goofy videos.
My success? This boy over here is